Mr. Bookish tutors. Today we are going to be discussing mathematics. Then on the topic says plane geometry. Plane geometry. So we are going to start by defining what is geometry, what is plane, then we now combine two of them together. Okay, so we have geometry. Geometry is a branch. Geometry is a branch of mathematical science. Is a branch of mathematical science concerned with the properties of points, comma, lines, comma, angles, comma, planes, shapes, planes, comma, solids, and their relationship with each other. So this is the definition of geometry. So geometry is a branch of mathematical science concerned with the properties of points, comma, lines, comma, angles, solid, and their relationship with each other. Now, what does it mean for relationship? It means that an angle cannot just be formed. An angle cannot just be formed. Before you form an angle, it's meant to start somewhere. Okay, now a line is not also formed, it is meant to start somewhere. A shape is not meant to be to just exist. All of these started from somewhere. So that's what we mean by relationship. So the branch of mathematical science that concerns their properties is what we call geometry. Okay, now we are going to finish our study to just very important 3 points. Now I'm going to consider these 3 points here. We have a point, line, and angle. So what is a point? Let me define this one so as to be able to do the concept very well. Okay, a point. Now a point indicates or represents a location or position in space. A location or position in what now? In space. A point indicates or represents a location or position in space. Okay, then another thing on points is that points, it is dimensionless. It doesn't have any dimension, i.e. it does not have a length. It doesn't have length. It doesn't have any shape, any special shape. It doesn't have what do you call distance? Yeah, so it doesn't have length. It doesn't have shape. It doesn't have any length. So we call it a dimensionless entity. Okay. Then apart from that, then you should be able to know that a point is denoted. A point is denoted by a small dot. Is denoted by a small dot. Okay, now look at what you mean by a point. Look at something like this. If I draw a point here, you can see this one is denoted by a small dot. Look at another point. So all of these are points. Okay, all of these are points. So we say that it indicates so we normally use point to indicate position of an object or location of an object in space. I would say it is dimensionless because a point doesn't have any length, doesn't have any shape, doesn't have any length, doesn't have any shape. Okay. Now having said that, the next one we are doing, okay, the next one is line. Now a line is a set of points. A line is a set of points. Okay. Now what do we mean by a line is a set of points? Now it means a continuous. It means now look at what it means. If I have a dot, I have another point, 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 I have another point. So these are sets of points. Now when you have this set of points, now when there is a continuous, when there is a connection, or a link that connects these points, that is when a line is formed. Okay, look at it. For example, the moment I join the first point to the second, to the third, to the fourth, to the this, you can see we are forming a line. So the moment we start connecting those lines, sorry, the points, that is when a line is formed. Okay. Then another one is angle. We are going to run because of time. Then an angle is a point where two or more lines meet. Where two or more lines meet. Okay. Now look at it here. Look at a point here. If I have a line, I have another one here, I have another one here. Now all of these lines, these three lines are meeting at this point. Remember they say two or more, so it mustn't be two. So I can have it to be two. Now these two lines, look at their point of intersection where they are meeting. So an angle is formed here. Then another one, which is a reference angle, was formed at the back. Okay? So in here now we have two angles, x. I can call here this angle to be x, I can call here to be y. Then when you come here, an angle was formed here, I can call it A. An angle was formed here, I can call it B. Then the last one, which is the reference angle, I can call it C. Okay, so this is an angle. So you can see an angle is actually a point where two or more lines meet. So the moment two or more lines meet together, an angle must be formed. Okay, so having said that, since we are done with that, then we'll now go down to the cases. What are the cases? We are going to build some cases that enable us to understand this topic very well. Cases. Now, under the first case, we are going to study case 1. So case 1 is sum of angles in a straight line. Sum of angles in a straight line. Okay. Now look at a straight line. Of course, when you draw a straight line this way, the angle here is equal to 180. Then the angle here is also equal to what now? 180. Okay. So that I have a straight line angle this way. Now if I draw another line, remember what we said about an angle? That whenever two or more lines are meeting, we are going to form an angle. Whenever two or more lines are meeting, we forming an angle. Okay. So if I draw this line, then let me draw another one. Okay. Let me draw another one here. This one is for 2 lines. Then this one is 3. Now in this case, you notice that these 2 lines, the horizontal and this adjacent line, is meeting at this point. Now we are forming an angle here, A. Then there is another one here. We are forming another angle here, B. Okay. So A plus B is equal to 180. Now look at another one. This point, we have the horizontal, we have the first angle here, we have another angle here formed, we have another one here B, and we have another one here C. So when you add everything here, it must give us 180. So A plus B plus C is equal to what now? 180. Now what is your reason? Now please ensure you give us your reason. You don't just tell us that A plus B plus C is equal to 180. Why did you say so? So that is why we are going to be considering the cases and enable you understand what we are doing here. So A plus B plus C will give you 180. Now you tell us it is sum of angles in a what? In a straight line. Or you can just use shortcut and by telling us it is straight. Now if I don't want to write this straight in full, I can write it to str dot straight, then straight line angles. Now this is the symbol for angle. anytime you see this man, it is called angle because an angle is formed. Remember, this is a line, this is another line. So when two of them form, we are going to have an angle. So that's why we use this symbol to denote an angle. Now, if I put S, I will write it. So it's going to be angles now. Okay, so this is straight line angle. So if either I say sum of angle. Now, in case we are solving and you have limited space, if you don't want to write this full, if you don't want to write your reason in full, you can just tell us straight line angles and that settles the matter. Okay, now that is the first case. And under the second case, we have what we call vertically opposite angle. We have vertically opposite angles. Okay, now what is this case saying? Of course, it is formed when we have X formation, or scissors formation. Okay, because you know how scissors used to be like this. So when you have something like X formation like this, then we have an angle here, we have angle here. Okay, now they are meeting at this point. Remember what we said, that any point where two or more lines meet, an angle must be formed. So we have to look at the points here. We have a line here, we have one, we have here, we have here. So we have 4 lines here meeting at a point, and 4 angles were formed. So here we have here to be M, then we have this one to be N, then here is P, and here is N. So look at that, and here is Q. Okay, now you notice that P is actually facing N, so they are facing each other. They are facing M and N are facing each other, while P and Q are also facing each other. Right there? So to that effect, we say that P or M is equal to N, and P is equal to Q. So what is your, remember you say you must give us your reason. Please ensure you give us, if you don't give your reason, the examiner will not know what you are solving. So ensure you give us your reason. M is equal to N and P is equal to Q. So what is my reason? I will say it is vertically opposite angles. That is the reason, or you can just write this in short, vert, opposite, and angles. So if you write it short like this way, it is also acceptable. Okay? So vertically opposite angle, in case you still have enough space, you can just write the vert angles here. It's still corrected. Okay, so this is case 2, please. This is case 2. So we are moving over to case 3 now. So what is case 3 saying? Okay, before I go to case 3, I want to discuss what we mean by parallel lines and non-parallel. Are you with me? Now, when we talk of parallel lines, look at that. We have parallel lines. Look at parallel. Let me discuss parallel before I go to case 3. Parallel lines. Now, these are lines. These are 2 or more lines that can never meet each other, even to infinity. Now, what does it mean? If I draw a line, I draw another one. Okay, probably I can decide to add another one. Now, look at these 3 lines. Now, we normally use this sign to denote it, to know that 2 or more lines are parallel. Now, if I have a line this way, if I extend this line in infinitely, you notice that 1, 2, 3 can never meet each other. They will keep on being in a straight line. They will keep on maintaining straight lines. Okay? They will keep on. That is what we mean by lines being parallel. Okay? And if a line is parallel, it means anytime you try to extend it, or any further extension can never collide. They are not going to touch. Now, but when you talk of non-parallel, look at this one. If I have non-parallel, now in this non-parallel, it means when you have 2 or more lines, that when you have 2 parallel lines, but one must touch each other. Now, assuming I have this one, a straight line, then I have another one this way. Now, these 2 are not parallel. Why? Because if I extend this one, here, then if you try to extend this one, the one on the top, you notice if you extend it, that the 2 lines will now touch somewhere here. Okay? Now, because they were able to touch, we say that this one is now non-parallel. This one is non-parallel because at a point, upon extension, they were able to touch at a point. Okay? They were able to touch at a point. Now, there's what we call transversal. There's what we call there's what we call transversal line. Okay? Now, transversal line is a line that cuts across parallel lines that are cut across two or more parallel lines. Now, if I have, okay, of course, we have a parallel line already on the board. So what I will just do is to you just draw any line. So if I draw any line at all, the line can go this way, the line can go this way. So any line that is crossing across two or more parallel lines is always a transverse. So this is a transverse line or a transversal line, okay? So this is a transversal line. So any line that crosses across, what is it called? Parallel lines is called a what? It's called a transversal line, okay. So having said that, then I can now go down to case 3. So what is case 3 saying? We are going to look case 3 to be. We are going to discuss alternate angles. Okay, alternate angles, case 3. Alternate angles. Okay, now let me draw. So look at what I drew on the board. Now, of course, this one is parallel to this. Now, an alternate angle is formed whenever there is Z formation or F formation. Whenever we have Z formation, whenever you have Z formation like this, or you have F formation, that is when an alternate angle is formed. So you have an angle here, we have another one here, okay? We have an angle here, we have another one here. So we have one and we have another one here, okay? So all of these, so if I have A here and I have B, now this angle is alternating to B. Now what does it imply? If two of them are equal, it means that if A is 40, for example, B is 40. Have you seen? So in this topic now, you don't need to be solving to the moment you understand the principles guiding this topic, you notice that your life will be very easy. Okay? So if I know that A is 40, I don't need to start solving B. I will just tell the examiner that B is also equal to 40. By telling the examiner that the reason for that is that two of them are alternate what? Angles. Okay. Now I will have something like A here, I will have something like B, I will have something like X, and I will have something like what now? Y. Now, of course, you notice that this is Z formation. I see my Z formation. This is Z formation. So in this Z formation, I will have here to be A, and I will have here to be B. Now, then I have another F formation. Look at F. We have F this way, F this way. So look at this F. Our F went this way. Here is X, and here is Y. Look at that. F, X, and Z. So we have in the F formation, we have here to be X, and here is Y. I hope you're following. So we have here A is equals to B, and here X is equals to Y. So X is equals to Y. So what is your reason here? It tells us it is giving alternate angles. Okay? Alternate what? Angles. Or you can just use ALT, alt angles here. You can just use this in short. Alternate angle, they will still mark it for you. Okay, so that is what we have under case 3, which is alternate angle. Then we move on to corresponding. When do we say angles are corresponding? Look at that here. Corresponding angles now. Corresponding. Move on to case 4. So case 4 is corresponding angles. Okay, the same parallel lines I'm using. So I will draw something like this. I will draw my transversal line. Now here is A, and here is B. Here is M, and here is N. Here is P, and here is Q. Here is X, and here is what now? Y. Okay. Now, when we look at this sketch, this figure, you notice that we have a transversal line. Now we have side 1 and side 2. We have this side is one side, and this one is the other side. Now we have 2 roads here. Look at, we have 2 roads. We have up road, this one is up road, and this one is down road, up and down. Now when you come to up road, look at that, look at this here. When you come to the up, okay, when you come to up, we have up here, the angle up is A, and here is the angle. The angle at this other road is B, okay? So you notice we have this is up and up. Up and up. So we have here is up and here is up. here is down, and here is down. So up should be equals to up. Okay? Up should be equals to again up. Then, so in this case, for considering this side, I will say that since up is equals to up, that means A is equals to what now? B. I see it now. Then when you come down, this one is down, this one is down, M is down, N is down in the other way. So that means M is equals to N. We are done with this side. Then we come here. Remember, we are stating up must be equals to up, and down must be equals to down. So this is up and this is up. So P is equals to Q. P is equals to Q. Then this is down and this is another down. So X is equals to 1. So all of these are corresponding what now? All of these are corresponding angles, or what you call COR, core angles. Just like this, you can just abbreviate your own. Just beat this way is also okay. Okay, so that is what you have in corresponding angles. Is there any question? Okay, since there is no question, we continue. Now the next one, the next case now, which is case 5. The next case is case 5. So what is case 5? Case 5 is sum of same side interior angles. Sum of same side interior what now? Angles. Okay? Sum of same side interior angles. Sum of same side interior angles. Okay? Sum of same side interior angles. Okay. Now when you hear interior angles in mathematics, we are talking of angle that is inside the shape. Again, angle that is inside the shape or inside any plane. Now you notice that this one is inside and this one is inside. This is inside. This one is outside and outside. Okay. So inside. So x plus y is equals to 180. So if I add s and y, it will give me what? 180, because they are inside. Then b and q are also inside. So if I put p plus q, it's going to give me what now? So all of that are sum of same side interior angles. Sum of same side interior what now? Angles. Sum of same side interior getting angles. Okay. Now the next one can have sum of same side exterior angles too. Look at that. Sum of same side exterior angles. Now in this case, we are going to have it to be external now, outside. So I can have this one to be M, this one is N, then this one is an A, and this one is B. Okay? Now this one is external. External M and N are external. They are outside the figure. Okay, so I will have this one to be. If I add, I'm going to add external M and N. So M plus N is equals to that, is equals to 180. Y A plus B is equals to 180. So this one is the sum of same side exterior angles. Idea? So when you add. Now, you notice that if I add everything here again, if I add everything here, you notice M plus A will give us 180. Now, what will not be our reason here? Our reason here will not be straight line angles or sum of angles in a straight line. Okay? Because if I remove this one now, if I remove this line, you can see that this is a straight line. It's not true. Then if I remove this one, this is also, so if I also add B plus N, it will still give me 180, which is straight line angles. Are you there? Okay. So let me jump back. Then the next one is case 6. So case 6 is the last one. Then we can start solving. I think we are done with all the cases now. Now case 6 is angles at a point. Angles at a point. Angles at a point. Okay, so when you have this man, now I'm going to give 2 sketches. Now this angle is missing at this point. Of course, here is A, B. Okay, A, B, and this one is C. Then it can have something like this. This is meeting at a point 2. So I can call here to be A, B, C, D, and what now? And E. So if we add every angle here, it will give me 180. Sorry, it's going to give us 360. Okay, so here is A plus B plus C, A plus B plus the reference angle C will give me 360. So what is my reason? Angles at a point. Now when you come here, this one is A plus B plus C plus D plus E is equal to 360 angles at a point. Are you there? So when you add every angle here, if I add everything in this case, if I add all the angles in this figure, it's going to give us 360. So angles at a point is always equals to 360. Okay, now having established the cases now, or the principle that is guiding this topic, we are going to start solving questions now. We are going to be solving questions. This question will range from WAEC. We are going to have it from WAEC, from WAEC, for disclaimers, WAEC. We are going to have it in JAM. We are going to be having in NECO. Then we are going to have it in GCE, and even in screen because we have some other we have some institutions that do set this topic in exams. We are going to be having it in screening or solution. Now, okay, so they say we should find the value of the related angles. Glad. Find the value of the related angles, okay? Now when you look at the angle here, find the value of the related angles, okay? Now, of course, when you look at this question, it's very simple. If I want to find F, look at it here. If I want to find F, I can quickly remove this man. Now, if I remove it, I will have something like this. Here is 119, and here is F. I see what I did? So if I want to find F now, so this is the straight line angles now. Okay? So what I will now do is to say F plus 119 is equal to 180. Now, of course, when you add all the angles in a straight line, it must give us 180. So I will give us my reason. I will say straight line what now? Straight line angles, okay? Then F. Now you can see here is plus. So if the cross is crossing here, it's going to change to 1 to minus. It was plus here. But anytime your plus, your positive value, your positive sign is crossing over to the equality sign. Look at the equality sign here. It's equals to equality sign. Crossing is going to change to minus. I'll put minus 119. So point for me 180 minus 180 minus 119. 180 minus 119 is going to give us what? 61. This is 1. So 61 is the answer for F. So 180 minus 119 should give us what now? 61. You got me? 61 degrees. So that becomes the answer. Okay. Now we have gotten this man. Now of course I know that F. I know that G. Now you notice that. Let me join my angle again. Let me join two of them. Now you notice that F is facing G. Notice that F. Look at this F. F is facing your G, so two of them are vertically opposite what? F and G are vertically opposite, and so I will say that F is equals to G, which is equals to what? Which is equals to 61. What is our reason? It's about vertically opposite angles. It's about vertically opposite angles. Now you now say therefore that G is equals to what? Now 61. Okay? Now if G is 61, then I will now remove this one. If I remove this one, I will have this angle to be this way. Here is G. So here is G, here is 52, and here is E. Okay, now you notice in this case, if we add everything here, we are going to have 1/8. If I add everything here, so I will start with the first one, G, plus the next one is 52, plus the next one, E, is equal to 1/8 C. What is your reason? Tell us straight line angles. Now G is 61, so anywhere I see G, I'm putting 61, plus 52 plus E is equal to 1/8. This plus this is 113, plus E is 1/8. Okay, so E is 1/8C minus 113. So E is equal to what? This minus this should give us 67. This minus this, E should give us 67 degrees. So that becomes our angle of this. So you can see that we have gotten all the angle. Now, I want to solve this one in another form. I want to solve this one, and you notice that this one, now look at, if this angle is facing everything here. I see it now, it's facing. So if I want to get my E, I will quickly say that 52 plus E is equal to 119. It's equal to 119. What is my reason? My reason is that they are vertically opposite angles. Idea? They are vertically opposite angles. So I will say that E is 119 minus 52. So what is my E? E becomes 67. So it is 67. So E becomes 67 on the board. So that is what we have. Okay? So you can see all of us might not be able to reason the same way in the example. Some persons might decide to follow this way, while other persons might decide to follow this way. Any which one you follow, you still get the same answer. Okay. Let's go to number 2 now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you one of the best players in the city of Lagos, Nigeria.
This is number 2 question. This is number 2 question. DOP, can I start?
Baby, what?
DOP. Okay. Now, of course, you know that everything here is 90. So if you add everything here, it is going to, this sign is 90. It is right angle, okay? 90, that sign is right angle, okay? So if you add everything, 2x plus the next one is 3x plus the next one is 4x, this is going to give us again 90. Now, we have 2 reasons for this. Is either it tells us it is complementary angle, either it tells us it is complementary angles, or because complementary angles is formed, is an angle that is formed when you add 2 or more angles to give you 90 degrees. So if I add 2, if you sum 2 or more angles and it is equal to 90, we say that particular angle is what? Is complementary. Why supplementary is the sum of 2 angles that gives 1/8. Okay, then because of that sign, I can also say it's right angle, okay, right angle, okay, right angle. Okay, now I add this plus this is 5x plus this one is 9x is equals to 90. Okay, so when you add this plus this plus this will give me 9x is equals to this. So if I want to make x the subject, you know what happens here? I will have it that x is equals to 90 all over, then this 9 will divide this one here. Okay, so that x becomes 9 divided this one is 10 degrees. So the value of x is what now? The value of x is 10 degrees. The value of x is 10 degrees on the board. Okay, is there any question? Okay, in the absence of no question, the cost. Okay, so we have the question. So if we find the value of the delta angle, so we have, you can see in the plane we have lettered angles here. Okay, now if I want to find my P, you can see that P is facing 58. So that means under my solution, I will say that P is equal to 58. So P is facing 58. Now, okay, under my solution, P is facing 58. So P is facing 58. So P is equal to 58 here. What is your reason? it tells us it is vertically opposite angles. Okay, please facing it. Now, you notice that Q, you notice that Q is facing 70, Q is facing 30, 70. So Q is equal to 70, so which is also vertically opposite what now? Angles. Then you notice that R is facing 52, R is facing 52, so R is also 52 here. So 52, R is equal to 52, so you will have vertically opposite what now? Opposite angles. Okay, so we have gotten P, we have gotten Q, we have gotten R. Now if I want to get X here, now what I will do, I will come here, I will come here to detach this man. Is it that you detach this man so as this one will not be a straight line? Or now that I've gotten here, I can detach here to get this one. So you can see we have many ways of solving. I can decide to use C plus this one to get my T. If I want to get my X, I can use S plus this one to equal to 180. So any which way. You understand? So I will say, okay, let me just use this one since it has been given. Let me get my T. So I will say T. Now in this your T, we have something like this. Here is 52, and this one is T. I see this structure. I see this structure. So this is what we have with the straight line angles. So T plus 52. So I add this angle because this one is equal to 52. So straight line angles. So T is 180. Now when plus crosses here, it changes to minus 52. So T becomes 128 degrees. So it's our C is 128. Now if T is 128, you notice that our C is facing X. Our T is facing X. Now if it is facing it, you know it is vertical opposite angle. So T to be 128. Now you notice that T is facing X in the diagram. So T is equal to X, which is 128. So what is your reason? It tells us that it is vertically opposite what now? Angles. Okay, so therefore our X is equal to 128. Okay. Now in this case, I have this one. This is another straight line here. We have U and 70. U and 70 here. So let me give the sketch. So here is 70 and here is U. Okay, so it is straight line angle. So if I add U plus 70, I will get 180. Now what is my reason? I will say straight line angles. Okay, if I get straight line angles, so U is 180. And if 70 is crossing over, it changes to minus 70. So U is equal to 110. So U is 110. Okay, and that I've gotten U to be 110. Now you notice that U is facing V. U is facing V. So I will say U is equal to V, which is equal to 110. What is my reason? Tell us it is vertically opposite what and angles. Okay, so I now say therefore V is 0 degrees. So this is what you have. This is what you have. Okay. So do you understand what we did? Okay, if there's no question, we move to another one. Good. We move to another one. Okay, this is number 3 question. Okay. They said we should find the value of x. Okay? Now this is corresponding angle. We have down and down, down and down. Of course, this angle is down and this one is also down. Now these two lines, you notice two of them are parallel lines. Okay? Now down, down, that means 4x plus 60 is equals to 180. What is your reason? Corresponding what now? Angles. Okay? This is equals to this. This one is down, this one is also down. Remember what it did under corresponding angles. So when you have down, down, there are corresponding angles. Okay. Now what I will do is to quickly correct my right terms. and we have 4x is equal to 180. Now this is plus 60, come here, changes to minus 60. Okay? Sorry. So 4x is equals to 120. This is plus 60, coming here changes to minus 60. So 4x is equals to 60. 120 minus 60 is 60. Now if you want to find your x, it's going to be 60 all over 4 we divide. So that x becomes 15 degrees. So you can see this is not a hard question. Okay, so is there any question on this? In the absence of no question, or a copy. Copy. Okay, now you can see this is parallel line. We have two parallel lines there. Then we have interior. This is inside, and this one is interior. So of course, when you have two sum of same side interior angles, you are going to get 180. So I will quickly add. So 6x plus 5x minus 18. 6x is this one. Then this one is 5x minus 18 is equals to 180. What is your reason? Same side angles is the reason, same side or sum of same side angles. Okay, so 6x plus this one is 11x minus 18. Minus 18 is equals to 180. So 11x is equals to down 180. 180. Now minus 18 will cross here to change to plus 18. So 11x, this plus this is 198. Okay? So if I make x the subject, x becomes 198 all over. 11 will come under. So if I divide by 11, I will have 18. So x, therefore x is equal to what now? X is equal to 18. So x is equal to 18 degrees. X is equal to 18 degrees. Okay. So we'll go down to number 4 questions now. Number 4 question.
Thank you.
So this is another question, number 4. Now I will have, now when you look here, of course I will level here to the B. If I level here to the B, I will say that B, under my solution, I will say that B is equal to 5. Okay, so if I level here to the B, I can say B. Now you notice that B is facing this angle, so B is facing this, okay? So B is equal to 5x minus 10, which is, my reason is that they are vertically opposite what? Angles. Okay, now having said that, now you notice that B and 3x plus 35 is interior angles. So if I sum of them now, I'm going to have 180, which is same side angles. So what I will do, I will say B plus, I will have B plus 3x plus 35 is equal to 180. What is our reason? Same side angles. Now you can see in this case they gave us the question straight, but in this case they didn't give us straight, so you have to use your common sense to know that this one is facing this one. So because to that effect that some of them are vertically opposite angle to each other. Now if I remove B now, if I remove this man, that is for B, because we have already established the fact before now that it is vertically opposite angle, then plus. I will now add this one, 3x plus 35 is equal to 180. Okay, alright, let's collect like terms. Collection of like terms now. I will have 5x and 3x are like terms I will collect. So 5x plus 3x is 8x. Then minus 10 plus 35 will give me plus 25 is equal to 180. Okay, so I will have 8x is 180 minus 25. So that 8x is equal to what? This minus this is 155. 155. Okay, so 155. Then x is 155 over 8. So when you punch, what are you having? 155. 155 divided by 8 is 19.375 degrees. So look at what we have. So the value of x here is 19.375 degrees. Okay, copy. The value of m is the equation above. So now in this case, of course, you notice that this 4m minus 15 is facing m plus 75. So we have 4m minus 15 is equal to m plus 75. Okay, so I'm going to correct right and m will move here. So 4m, remember that m is plus here, so crossing here will make it to be minus m. This one is 75 is c here, 75 is c here. Then minus 15 will cross here to change to plus what? Sorry, I'm meant to put my reason. Basically opposite angle is this. Okay? Basically opposite angle. Okay. So this minus will come here to give me plus 15. So 4m minus m, you know this m has an invisible one. The m has an invisible one here. So 4 minus this one here is 3m. Then 75 plus 15 is 90. Then if I make m the subject, I will have 90 all over 3. So m is equal to 30 what now? 30 degrees. M is equal to 30 degrees. M equals to 30 degrees. Going on advanced now. In this case, they give us this sketch, so we are going to find x and y. Okay. Now here, this one is angle 0, angle O. Okay. Now this is straight line angle. So if I add everything here, we are going to equate it to 180. So we have 3 into x plus y, then plus this one is 45 is equals to 180. Okay. So what is my reason? I will call it straight line what now angles. Remember, if you add everything here, if I add everything here, if you give us 180, your reason is straight line angles. Okay. Then I will open my bracket immediately. I will 3 times x is 3x plus 3 times y is 3y plus 45 is equals to 180. So 3x plus 3y is 180 minus 45 is 180 minus 45. So we have 3x plus 3y is equals to 135. 135, I will call it equation 1. Okay, I will call it equation 1. Okay, so something can divide, 3 can still divide. Let me reduce it, let me not leave it this way. 3 can divide, so 3 into x is x, plus 3 into this one is y, then 3 into 13, 3 into 12 is 4, I'll put 1 here, into 15 is 5. So I will call this equation what now? Equation 1. Idea? So this is, I will call this one equation 1. Then you can see we have another one here. So if I add every other thing here, again, it's going to be 180. So we have 5x plus y, then plus this y here is equals to 180. What is your reason? I would say same reason. What do I mean by same reason? Same reason means the same reason with the first one I said here. Okay? Okay. Now we have 5x plus y plus y. There is 1 here, there is 1 here. So y plus y is 2y, which is equals to 180. I will call this equation 2. And you can see, in this case, now we have entered synchronous. We are going to use synchronous equation to find our x and y, because this requires 2 equations altogether. Okay, now I'm going to use any of the methods. We have either you use elimination method or we use substitution method, but I'm going to use elimination method in the course of this course. Okay, we have x plus y is equal to 45. I will call it equation 1, and 5x plus 2y is equal to 180. I will call it equation 2. Now, when you want to solve by elimination method, before you eliminate, you make sure that either of the variables must be the same. Like the variable of x here is 5 here is 1, so I cannot eliminate. And here is 2, here is 1, I cannot eliminate. So what I'm going to do, if I want to eliminate this one, I'm going to multiply 2 by to equation 1 in order to make 2 to balance here. So I will come here and I will multiply by 2, okay? So when you multiply by 2, now this 2 here is going to multiply everything here. 2 times x is 2x plus 2 times y is 2y, then 2 times 45 is 90. I will call it equation 3. So when you look at this equation very well, you notice that 2y is here and 2y is here, so I can eliminate now. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say equation 3 minus equation 2. Now, how do you know when to subtract and when to add? When the coefficients are the same, and you check the sign. When you have the same sign, you subtract. But when you have different signs, what do? You add. Okay? When you have the same sign, you subtract. But when you have different sign, you add. So same sign, we subtract, and different sign, we do what and we add. Now, because we have plus and plus here, I'm going to subtract. So 5x minus 2x. So let's see what happens here. 5x minus this one. 5x minus 2x is 3x. Then 2y minus 2y. 2y minus 2y is 0. Okay, then 180 minus 90 is what now? 90. Okay, so if I make x the subject, I will have 90 all over 3. So x becomes what now? 30. So 30 is our answer for x. So of course they say we should find x and y, not just x. So I will now say put x equals to 30 into any of the equations. So either equation 1, 2, 3, any which one. But anyone you want to put, make sure you choose the equation that's very simple. So I'm going to choose equation 1. But it is the most simple there. So I'm going to put it into equation 1. So I will have x plus y is equal to 45. Is equal to 45, which is equation 1. So anywhere I see x in this equation 1, I am putting 30. So I will come here. If I remove x here, I will put 30 plus y is equal to 45. So y is equal to 45 minus this one is. Remember, 30 here is plus. There is an invisible plus. There is no plus there. But me and you know that there is plus here. So if the plus crosses here, it's going to change to minus 30. So finally, 45 minus this one give me what? Now 15 degrees, okay? So I will now say toss. What are you tossing? Toss. X is equal to 30, comma y is equal to what now? Y is equal to 15. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Okay, thank you. Okay, now this question, we are going to redraw the diagram. Okay, we are going to redraw the diagram of this one. So look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to redraw. If you don't redraw this, you can never get the answer. Okay, don't mind my sketch. If you don't redraw, you can never get it. Okay. Now, of course, they told us from here that here is 198. Now, what I'm going to do, this is parallel, this is parallel. Now, I'm not a wizard or a witch to get my y idea from here. So I'm meant to, here is also 72. Here is 72. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is from this point, I'm going to introduce another parallel lines. You can see I'm using dotted line. The reason why I use dotted line is to tell the examiner that I was the person that invented that line. The line was not actually in the main question, so I use my hand to form this one. Okay. Now when I formed it, of course it's going to this line I formed is going to be parallel to this one. I will call here to be A, then I will call this place to be what now? To be B. I mean, now if I've called that to be B, okay, so what I will now do is, of course, this line is serving as a transverse line, and if I add A, B plus 72, it's going to give us 180, same side interior angles. So we have B plus 72 is equal to 180. What is my reason? I will say same side interior angles. Okay, same side interior angles. So B plus this will give me same side, or you can decide to put here to be any number. When you get here, which is alternate angle, you can set to get here. Of course, you know that this angle is alternating to this angle here. Idea. Now, when you now get here, you now say b plus this angle, b plus 72 will give us straight line angles, okay? But I just want to solve this straight. So all of us can never reason the same way in the example. We have different reasoning. Okay, so b will now be 180 minus y, 72 will cross here. So b will now be 108. So b is 108. Now that I've gotten b to 108 degrees, then I'm seeing this one. Look at this structure here. Look at this structure. Here is y. They give us here to be y, and they give us here to be a. Okay, so I will say that a is equal to y degrees. What is your reason? It tells us it is alternate again in angles. Now remember what it says in alternate angle. That alternate angle is formed when there is Z formation. So this is Z formation. So here is equal to this. Okay, now having said that, then I will now go down to solve now. Now we'll solve for our y. Now I have this sketch is now like this. So this sketch is now like this. Everything here is 198. Here is A and here is B. So look at, I just decided to bring this one out. So this is what we have. So if you add everything here, now this is angles at a point. This is angles at a point. If I add everything here, it's going to give us 360. Okay? So we have A plus B plus 198 is equals to 18. Okay? So what is your reason? Sorry, it's equals to 360. A plus B plus 198 is equals to 360. What is our reason? Angles at a point. Okay, now of course we have gotten A. Our A is y. From here, A is y. So if I remove A, I will put y plus B. Your B is 108. 108 plus 98 plus 198 is equals to 360. So y plus, okay, so I'm going to add now. I'm going to add. So I'm adding 108 plus 198 is equals to 306 is equals to 360. So y is equals to 360 minus 306. So y is equals to 54 degrees. So your y is 54 what now? Degrees. Okay, I copy. Y is equal to 54. Now they say we should find the value of m. This is another question we say we should find the value of m. Now okay. Now, in this case, I'm going to redraw. We're going to redraw. Now, this one is vertical to this. Sorry, this is parallel to this. Now, I'm going to from this point now. Remember, they gave us here to be 153. So I'm going to form another parallel line there. Form another parallel line. Okay. So when I form it, then I can call here to be N and call here to be M. Then meanwhile, everything there is equals to 15 3. 15 what? 3. Okay. Now when you check it, now this one is open. Now if you take the structure this way, here is up and here is up. Now you know what we mean by up and up? When we did corresponding angles on, I think on that is 4. So that means N is 7M. Okay? N is 7M. What is my reason? Okay, N is 7M. Then this one is down and this one is also down. So that means M is 2N. Okay? So two of them, the reasons is that they are corresponding what now? Angles. Okay? If they are corresponding angles, we have gotten that. Now, you know that M plus N is equals to 153. What is your reason? It was given. Just like tell us that it's given there. Because from here, this point was given. We are the person that invented. Let me use x and y. Let me use x and y here. So here is x and here is y. Okay. Let me just use x and y. Okay. Now, if I add x plus y, and we have 153. Now, if I remove x now, what am I having? 7m. If I remove y, what am I having? 2m is equal to 153. Okay? Then, when you add two of them, you have 9m is 153. Okay? Then if I make m the subject, I have 153 all over 9. Then m is, okay. So m is equal to 153 over 9. So when you divide, 153 divided by this by 9, you have 17 degrees. So the value of m here is 17 degrees. The value of m is 17 degrees. So look at the question. Now P and Q, they said in the diagram, angle PQR is 25, QRS is R, angle RST is 80, and angle ST is 44. So we should calculate the value of R, small r. Now this big R is the point, it's just point, not the angle. We are looking for angle R. So now we are not magicians for us to get the R. Of course, when you have structures like this, the first thing you are going to do is to modify it. You are going to redraw the sketch and put some parallels there to enable you get the answer. Okay, so I will start. I will redraw this way, then I'll have it this way, then I will have it this way. That's what I did. Okay, so look at this man. Now here is 125. So here is 125. I'm going to draw a sketch. Then okay, so we have 125. And everything here is R. Okay, so I can decide to put here to be M. This one is M and this one is N. Then remember that everything here is also 80, but the one inside here, I can call it to be A and I can call here to be B. And here was given to be 44. Here is U and here is T. Then here is P and here is Q. Okay, now you know that this angle is x. Okay, let me put this one. But I may not be able to put, okay, let me still put this one to be x. Okay, now from here I can start solving now. Now, when you look at that question, you notice that M, and this man, okay, I can decide to put this one too. Okay, I can decide to put another line here, but I don't need it. But let's just put it. Okay, now this line is parallel to this, is parallel to this, is parallel to this. So these four lines now are parallel. Now if they are parallel, I can decide to find here, I can decide to call here to be C, or any value find here. I will say alternate angle, I will find M. But I can just decide to find M plus, if I add M plus 125, it's going to give us 180. Now what should be our reason? Our reason should be that two of them are in same side interior angles, okay? So I will have here, now under my solving, and I will say that M plus 125 is equal to 180. So what is my reason? Same side interior angles. Okay, same side interior angles. So M now is going to be 180. This one is plus. Crossing here changes to minus 125. So if I take it this other side, that's M. What is my M? M will be 55. So M is 55, all in degrees. Is it true?
Yes.
55 degrees. Okay. Now that I've gotten this one, I cannot get any because I need to find any. So that when I add M and N, I can be able to get my R. So let me leave this side. Let me go to down. Now when you go down, you notice that we are having Z formation here. Okay. So we have something like Z formation like this. Here is B and here is 44. Okay. Now this is Z formation. So that means B is equal to 44. So your reason here is that there are alternate angles. You can see this is Z formation. Okay, I've gotten my B. And if I've gotten B, now you know that in this question, everything here was 80. Everything there was 80. So that means if I add A plus B, it's going to be 80. What is my reason? I will tell them it was given. Yes, it was given from the question. I was the person that initiated or introduced the alphabet A and B. So when you add angle A and B, it will give us again 80. Remember we have gotten B, the lady to be 44. So A plus, if I remove B, I will put 44, which is equal to 8. Okay, so A is 8C minus this one crosses minus this. So A is equal to 30 what now? 36 degrees. Now I've gotten A to be 36. Now I have another Z formation again. Now here is any, this angle is any, and this angle is what now? Is A. You can see how we are getting this thing. Precept upon precept, lines upon lines. Okay, so I know A to be 36. Now automatically I've gotten my N. So A is equal to N, which is equal to 36. So what is your reason? You see tell us it's alternate what? Angle. So I will say therefore N is equal to 36. Okay, now that you have gotten that, now if I now want to get my R, everything here is, remember here is M. So R is equal to M plus N. Okay, what is your reason? You tell us it was given. So R is M, we have gotten M somewhere to be 55. So plus M is 55 plus N is 36, okay? So therefore R equals to 91 what now? 91 degrees. So your R is 90 degrees.